to like the person that you're getting married to.
Absolutely.
Pick your battles.
Prayer.
I think I will agree to that statement. So if you were to give one marriage advice to a guy who is getting married for the first time, and a girl who's getting married for the first time, what's the advice you give to them separately?
You probably know that this person is the right person for you in the first place before you decide to commit and, marry the person. So the next thing I would like to say to you or to the individual is be open-minded.
All right.
Right? Okay. Be open-minded in essence that don't expect this person to be perfect. Okay? Don't expect them to be perfect, because there's nothing like perfect husband or perfect wife.
Right.
You get where I'm coming from. And also, don't expect Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people nowadays, they go like, oh, it's my Mr. Right, it's my Mr. But what happens if you move in together and he or she is no longer the Mrs. Right?
Meeting your expectation. Yeah.
So that's what I mean by be open-minded. And also prayer. Whatever you're currently doing in your relationship that is working, don't stop. Keep doing it. What I mean by that, if your relationship is built on doing doing things like activities together, go to like date night or go on holiday, massage together, or anything that you do together to have good time. Don't stop that. Keep it up. I know, when you get married, things might be a little bit tougher, but try your best. Try your best to keep going to the married life with an expectation to enjoy it.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. Which means whatever is gonna take for you to enjoy your marriage. Sacrifice, compromising, and don't be selfish. Don't be selfish.
Don't be selfish.
Yeah.
I think as individuals, whether it's a guy or a girl, individually, let's not lie. In some stages of our life, we are selfish. Like you're thinking about yourself first. But I think when you get married, you find that
it's no longer about you.
Yeah. It's no longer about you.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Don't be selfish, because when you get married, it's no longer about you. It's us. That's even before children start coming in.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, before children comes in, make sure you explore and enjoy yourself. Enjoy your married life. Travel around the whole world if you can. If you can. Don't go and put yourself in debt because I say so. So what advice will you give somebody getting married for the first time?
Yeah. So to the guy getting married for the first time, I would say to him, I would say to the guy, your wife comes first. Your wife is now your own family. Your family comes first, which is your wife. Your wife comes first. No matter what decision you're making, your wife comes first.
Absolutely.
And then for the girl, I will say to the woman, I keep saying girl, to the woman, I would say to the woman getting married that pick your battles. It's not every argument that you should have. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It's not every argument that you should have. It's not every... it's not every quarrel that you should get involved. You should get involved in. You should dwell on, not necessarily with your husband.
Okay.
But with like family members and all of that. It's not every really, really pick your battles. If, for example. And when I say pick your battles, I'm not saying let somebody walk on you.
I want you to kind of really establish what you mean.
When I say pick your battles, I'm not saying let somebody walk on you. 100%. Do not let somebody walk on you, because the minute you let somebody walk on you, forget it. You're going to be their footmat forever. So no, don't let somebody walk on you. But at the same time, I still maintain that you pick your battles. Because if you're going to, say for example, think about it, you start an argument, If you're going to start an argument and you think, from one argument, it leads to another argument, it leads to another argument, and then it keeps extending.
Yeah.
Think about the end of the argument. What have you gained from it? What is it going to do? How is it going to affect your marriage?
Okay.
So there's some arguments, there's some battles that you just need to look at and just act like you didn't see it. Whatever it is that you would not be able to carry on in marriage, don't start it in the first place.
It's important that you carry your wife along in the decision you're making. Most of the time, our women might disagree there are cases where I've actually built this idea in my head. I've kind of like fine-tuned everything. It's all looking good. How it's gonna go. I've executed it in my head. And the minute I share with you, and it's like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm looking like, sometimes it feels sad. Like, it's almost like a child that's been looking for a lollipop, and you take the lollipop away from their hand, and they kind of shut down. Like, it's good that you actually make me realize the reason why you feel like it's not a good idea, because at that moment, while I was cooking in my head, I'm not thinking about the negative, the other people's point of view,
potentially might affect
and stuff like that. So, because when you reason together, you get to understand each other. You get to see the perspective of where your wife is coming from, that you don't know, that you don't feel like she'll get to see the obstacle ahead of you that you need to be aware of. But if you don't share with her, you know, because your wife meant to be your best friend as well.
Well,
isn't it? Your wife meant to be your best friend.
I mean, for me, yes. Yeah. I mean, I call you my best friend, even I don't tell you, but yeah, I think I will agree to that statement that, you know, your partner should be your best friend. Like, you know how they used to say that you actually should be friends.
Yeah.
Before you get married, like you should befriend each other. You should be friends with each other. I do agree with that, because if you don't like somebody, somebody that you even like, living with them alone, they annoy you. Like,
absolutely. Yes.
Oh my goodness. I think when we first got married and I used to see your socks everywhere, I used to be so upset, so irritated, and I'm just going around picking. I'm like picking. And as I'm picking, I'm going, okay, you know, put your socks away. This is But now when I see your socks, I kick your socks. If your socks is blocking the toilet door, I use the door to kick your socks away.
Oh dear.
And then when I have the time, if you haven't picked you up, when I have the time, then I'll pick you up. But you know, you've got to like the person that you're getting married to.
Of course, we're the head of the house, but at the same time, without a neck, there's no head. Without...
Preach it!
So you have to work together as one, as units. You and your wife, you have to work together to make it work.
Right. Anyways, guys, we're going to be ending this podcast here. As we mentioned in the beginning, that we are not experts. These are just some of our opinions. As we mentioned, we have been married for almost 7 years now. Not even with that, we still have no clue about marriage. Let's put it that way. But you know, we can share one or two things based on, isn't it? Based on our experience so far. So, yes, as I said again, in this podcast, we are going to be talking about love, marriage, relationships, and other things in between them as well. So please don't forget to watch till the end, like the video, share with somebody who is about to get married, is married, has been married, is going to get married. Anniversary, everything. Just share with everybody. We'll really appreciate it. And see you next time. God bless you. Take care.